Okay, we are live, and it looks like we already have Kaylee in the chat at least. So, hi, Kaylee. You're the first one here. But yeah, hello and welcome. We are doing a Will I Buy It talking about new makeup releases, and it's going to be more of an evening one. We're going to try it out. No idea how this goes is going to go because my kids are still settling down into bed. They're in their rooms. Like I said, we'll see how it goes. And also, one of them isn't feeling good. So, fingers crossed, I might have to exit this early, but we're going to talk about new makeup for as long as I can. As always, this series is inspired by Samantha March, Angelica Nyquist, and Amy Loves Makeup. I'll leave them down in the description box after this. But yeah, oh my goodness, I'm already behind on comments. Hey, Anastasia. So glad you're here. Hello from Kansas. Oh, hi. Hey, I'm so glad y'all are here. But yeah, I just wanted to try an evening upload. I had some time tonight and I was like, let's just give it a try and see how it works out. Usually my kids are all fast asleep by the time I would do a live stream. So as I said, we're going to see how this turns out. But let me go ahead and, oh, hey, Kaylee again. Hey, let's go ahead and jump right into it. I'm not sure. I know I'm going to cut myself off at 9:30 my time because that's when I need to get to bed or I just don't get a lot of good sleep. So that's going to be my cutoff. So we'll have about an hour if the kids are all chilling good. Oh, hey, Prina? Maybe? I'm sorry, from Toronto. Hello. Looks like a pretty name. I wish I could pronounce things well. Sand and Sunacall. Sorry. Hey, how are you? How are you doing? I'm doing well. I'm ready for bed at this point of the day, but I'm doing well. Thank you. This I use just really quick. I can touch on it. This is the makeup, Playing in Makeup by Yolando Basics palette. I use that for all the mattes. And oh my gosh, I hit my computer. And then the shimmer is Kristen Lee Cosmetics Glimmer Gels in Typical. Such a pretty glitter. Really, really do love it. So let's go ahead and jump in. I'm going to share my screen and let's talk about the first one that I am so excited for. Let me know how the internet is, how you guys can hear me. I'd love to know because it's showing that I have decent-ish internet access. What palette is that? That is Playing in Makeup by Yolanda, #basics palette. Thank you. You're very kind. I don't think that was a very good attempt on my part, but you're very sweet. Just found your channel. Love your looks and reviews. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. So let's go ahead and hop in. Let me share my screen and let's jump in. Oh, hey, Julie. Julie is here. Hi. So I'm so excited about this. And as far as I know, I think they're showing everything. I don't even know if I'm supposed to say. Let me see if it's on here. So I'm not like giving it soon when they're going to be revealing the whole thing. But this is from Odin's Eye, and it's their new Solomane. I need to open it up bigger so I can see. Hang on one sec. The Solomane 2 collection. It has, let's see, Soul, Sun and Sun Goddess, Main, Moon, and Moon God, Dreamy and Ethereal color scheme. The full collection will be revealed May 15th, which I think they're a day ahead of us. So May 14th, so 2 days, I believe, but it's coming soon. And as you can see, we have an eyeshadow palette here. We got some, what do you call it? Gel liners, it looks like would be my guess. I haven't seen much. I am on Odin's Eye's PR list and they are sending it to me, but I think either because of the move and the change of address, it's just taking a longer time to get to me, or it got lost in the mail. So I don't know when I'm going to get it or if I'm going to get a hold of it, but I don't have the collection to show you guys. So I will not be having a video out in 2 days time when it does get announced, which I'm really bummed about, but you can see a pretty good idea of what that palette looks like down here. I see some blues, orange, green, some mauves in the middle. I'm intrigued to see the full picture without the blur, and also some new highlighters because they're like round shaped pans and they usually have, excuse me, squares. So let me know what you guys think. Let's see. Oh, the box over. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Julie. I'm just talking and I didn't even realize that I have a box over my face. Let me see. I have to click that and it's gone. Oh, I'm just such a professional YouTuber. So sorry. Thank you, Julie. You're sweet to let me know that because I would have done the whole video with the box over my face and not even registered. Hey, Sarah, how are you? I'm guessing this is what Angelica was wearing in her video the other day. I agree. I was watching some of her looks and I'm like, she's not tagging it. And that kind of looks like those colors. But anyway, the picture is kind of blurry. Okay, I should be in, let me double check. I think I can check from here. Let me make sure the quality is supposed to be full definition, 1080p. I'm using a different lens. I wonder if that's it. I think last time I used my nicer lens. Um, well, at least we're gonna be looking mostly at mainly at the pictures. So I'm all over in the corner. I just got the Heather, and just got the Heather and MMD, the Heather palette, Adept Cosmetics and Heather palette, and Odin's Eye. Did you? Oh, what did you get from Odin's Eye? Did you get what do you call the what was their last launch? Angelica collab. But anyway, this I'm going to be getting at some point, hopefully, as long as it's not lost in the mail. I should be getting it in. I'm definitely curious to see the full palette. I will say I'm a little curious. It doesn't look super unique to what I've seen them put out. I mean, there's that dark green in there. There's the dark blue. It'll create some pretty looks. I'm curious to see how unique it'll be from what they've put out. So I'm curious. I'm always curious, and I like Odin's Eyes formula, so I am down. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. This is a sneak peek, so we don't have much information, but this is just what P. Louise posted, and it just said something new is coming soon, and that's it. But you know, it's all these mustards and yellows and greens, so obviously it caught my attention big time. What do you guys think? Part of me loves it because it's green and it's got the like that type of orange, the mustards. It's got those tones that I love. You guys know I just love it. But I actually do agree with a lot of the criticism that I've read that it's a bit excessive and just like, did you need to make it that big to have so many shades that look so very similar? I still love it. I'm saying that, and I still really do like it because I love the color story, but did it need to be that big? But it's also just a sneak peek. So maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's not gonna be that big, or maybe, I mean, obviously it's as big as, I don't know, maybe it's gonna be something a little more creative, or there's more colors to it to make sense. I've got my May Boxy Charm. Oh, fun. Did you like what you came in it? I'd love to know, Sarah. I got the new one. Yeah. Okay, Kaylee. That's what I thought. I love the P. Louise one. I love the colors too. But I do feel like it could have been half that size and still have been like a gorgeous palette I would have jumped on. Or even like a combination of those two, you know, one big palette, or even half that. Because there just looks like there's a lot that's very, very close. Julie says pass. I love the greens and yellows. If you don't have any, it would be great. That is true. If you don't have any of those type of colors in your collection, you could get this one palette and you'd be set for forever. I don't know if I'm going to get it. I really want to get it just because it's colors that I like. But then I sit back and think about it, and I think about all the palettes I have waiting to be reviewed. And just knowing that it's going to be such a large palette and there's going to be so many colors that are very close together. And there does also look to be a good amount of shimmers in the palette, which I'm not the biggest fan of the shimmers I've tried from them, but these kind of look like a different formula, so maybe I'll like them more. I love the combination of shimmers and mattes. Yeah, they do look really pretty in the palette. I agree. Hi from Australia. It's Friday, on Friday morning. Oh my gosh. Well, good morning. I hope you have a good Friday. I hope your day before the weekend starts goes well. Friday morning is so weird to think about, but that's cool. Thanks for watching, Lauren. And maybe two separate palettes. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because there's like one of them, the green looks like the bottom of the Worldy palette that I have, because it's kind of that box that kind of opens up. You can see the lip. And then the other one looks very flat and almost like it's missing the box. I wonder if it's going to be a box that you can take that out of it. So it's like two palettes, but in one box. That would make the reason for the bulkiness, if you've seen the Worldy palette, like that thing's bulky, that would make that a little bit more like, okay, that it has a purpose because you have two palettes within the big box. That's kind of what it looks like. I have no idea. That's just a guess, but just got the Beauty Bay Earthy palette. Oh, I need to mute that. Sorry. I feel I'm satisfied. Yeah, that is true. And I feel like also the Earthy palette, which I have here, I need to get into. I got it right before the move. Has a lot of more variety in not differentiation, but a lot of different type of greens, like a bigger spectrum. Of course, we're missing a portion of the palette, so maybe there's darker colors there. But I just feel like there's, you know, a nice array from really light to medium to really dark. Gotta make a sponge, although I don't use them. The serum is nice and the rest was okay. Yeah, I haven't used a makeup sponge. I think sorry, my husband's texting me. So yeah, I don't use makeup sponge much anymore. I think I think that box came with a razor, right? I'm kind of excited for the razor, mostly just because I really need to replace my razor, but it's kind of like one of those, like, oh, I'm excited because I need it type of things. Let me go ahead and see. I guess I don't need to remove that in order to pull up a new one. Let me see. Pull up the new one. Where are we? Okay. After. Let's do this one and add to stream. Ooh, Kaylee, what is a really good drugstore eye primer? Can't seem to find any. Milani has a good one that I really like. And what else do I really like? Where's my eyeshadow primers without falling off the chair? Ugh. Okay. What else? Yeah, I would say Milani's the first one that comes to mind. NYX's glitter primer is really nice. Well, let me just take that off the screen so you guys can see. NYX's glitter primer is what I like to use for shimmers on my lid, not really for blending out and like doing the whole look because it's very tacky. So I just use that for like my lid, but this is what I like to use for the whole eye. That's really nice. And I guess that's all I have in the way of drugstore. I have heard really good things about the Ulta matte eyeshadow primer, and I had a little tube long time ago that's since dried up, but I think it's nice as well. So that would be one I would say look into. Okay, let's hop back in. This I almost bought. I agree, Julie. Very pretty. And Julie R said pretty, and Julie said I like this one. This is from Saints Angels Sinners, the brand, and they collaborated with a influencer, or just she's on Instagram. Can I say that right? Instagram. I said that weird. But where is Sminx? I think is who it is. I don't know the creator that she collabed with. I think that was Smink Burrowen. Oh yeah, it's up here. Yeah. So collaborate with this Instagrammer to create this palette. And oh my goodness, this is beautiful. It is a gorgeous array of different type of colors. Lots of mattes in there, lots of deep mattes in there, lots of really pretty looking shimmers and maybe even multi-chromes in there. I almost bought this so many times. The only reason I didn't purchase it, or I haven't purchased it yet, is because I have a palette from the brand that they sent me that I haven't had time to try yet. And I'm like, why am I going to go and buy this palette to add to a collection when I already have a palette from the brand that I should probably try and see how I like them and be able to share with you guys what I think about them before adding more to my. So that's why I talked myself out of it. However, if I didn't have that palette, I would have definitely bought this because I love the color story. The palette they sent me also is all shimmers, or all shimmers, multi-chrome, something like that. There's no mattes in it. So I like that this has mattes and shimmers, and the color story is just really fun. I mean, that is a color story that gets me excited when I open it. It's like, what can I do with it? Because you could just do so much. I love the orange and the yellow in there, and you got those deep tones. It looks like the burgundy, purpley dark tones are very close, even in the swatches here. I don't know if you can see my cursor. I think you can. They look close-ish, but that's really the only thing where I'm like, did you need them both? But for such a big palette, I think they did a really nice job. And this is a palette I'm just like, I've been so tempted so many times. Let me know. Has anyone seen this brand? Have you guys picked this up? Those green chromes, holy moly. Yeah, I mean, look how like the swatches are just, wow. Oh, you're welcome. It's $58. Yes, this is the reason I decided to not buy it, because I was like, it's $58. So it's a bit of a heavy price tag for, for me already having a palette from the brand that I haven't tried. So that's what really talked me out of it. I think if it was, I don't know, closer to 30 or something, I probably would have just bit the bullet and bought it and then had two palettes. But then again, it's just like, Katie, you don't need to have another palette from the brand. We have two Garfield kitten pudding and Steven Tyler. Oh, they're fighting over toy masks. Oh my gosh. That's so cute. Garfield kittens. Kittens are so fun. I love their format. Oh, that's great to hear, Anna. Okay, that's awesome. They're on super high on my list to try. Like I said, I have that palette. I need to pull it out. I can't wait to use it. I just have, that's the box of new makeup has not been unpacked yet. So I really need to get that going. But, oh, hey, Leah, I'm so glad. No problem. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for coming. A grungy dream. Yes. You know who I think would create some amazing looks with this? It just grungy. Of course, it just makes me think of Batty Bean. I received this early this week. It is beautiful. Oh, that's great to hear. I don't know if you missed it, but I have been like this close to buying it so many times. But I have a palette from them that I need to try. So I'm talking myself out of it. However, if I love that and if this is still available, like this is a color story I think is pretty unique. Just looking at it, like I can't think of a palette off the top of my head that's super close. Like maybe Angelica Niqua's Club Nebula, just because it has all those dark tones and the really bright, beautiful shimmers. But that's the only one I can really think of. So this is pretty. This is pretty. And then also, let's just go right over because they also shared this in our Etsy shop on pre-order. I thought this was a pretty little palette. It's a purple green with some type of gorgeous shimmery white there. It looks super pretty, but I thought this was pretty too. I'm not as tempted to buy it as I am with the first palette we just talked about, but I can definitely say like I think this is a pretty combination. Purple and green absolutely look beautiful, and then there's that black in there, that just nice matte black. I love that. Yeah, so I think this is really pretty as well. I don't think I saw swatches of this. It's just kind of like a quick little reel. I'm sorry, I'm having a snack over here just because I always have to eat. So sorry for the noise. But that's also a palette I thought. I was like, oh, that's really cute. I have to see reviews of multi-duochrome palettes before I buy because lots have been disappointing in person. I agree. I'm someone who's like on that train of like, I don't get super excited and like over the moon for most multi-chromes. I feel like that a lot of people I feel like are super, like there's some people who just love multi-chromes. And for me, it's like has to be a very specific blinding type of multi-chrome for me to be like, okay, I can see a reason like having that special shadow because there's so many multi-chromes that I get and I'm like, my son is making so much noise in his room. And it's like, I could have kind of gotten this effect more obvious if I just used like 2 or 3 shadows on my lid. I'm not very good at getting shimmers removed. I'm not very good at getting shimmers. RM. I don't know what RM. Oh, to pop. There it is. Sorry. To pop. Yeah, I definitely think that the glitter primer from NYX helps me, or just spritzing it a little bit. You're on a low buy, so I have to be picky. Sorry, try not to chew any or talk, but that would be hard. I agree. Yeah, I think this is really pretty. So Saints, Angels, and Sinners, that brand has been doing a lot of things that just keep catching my attention. So let's move on to the next one that I have to talk about because I just say right off the bat, I can't believe this is coming from MAC. I have never seen MAC do a collection where, not talking about the packaging, because I think MAC always does packaging very nicely. And I don't know anything about Stranger Things, but I'm talking about the color story. Again, I don't know anything about the movie, but the color story, they're both interesting and pretty and not boring. And I'm just like, how is this MAC? I hear my son out there, probably running to get a toy and run back to his room. We'll see if he comes in here. But yeah, I'm shocked that this is MAC. I think this is really pretty. Like this green one here, I think is a really pretty type of spring, summer, more spring for me because it's not like super popping, but I'm sure a lot of people would also say see summer. And then this over here is like a really pretty grungy color. I'm not as, or color story. I'm not as intrigued to buy it as I am with the other one just because it's so deep and dark. I feel like it's a little too dark grunge for me. I like more popping colors, but they did a good job is basically what I'm saying. So I was like, man, I got to mention MAC because they actually did a collection where I'm like, that's a nice color story. Like, good job. This does not look right. I said the same thing. It doesn't look like MAC. Like I had to do like a triple take because I was like, wait a minute, whose collection this is? You're making me hungry now too. I'm getting a snack. So sorry. Just snacking on a bar. Okay, I think he found more toys to take to his room. Oh, hey, Don. Hi, how are you? I'm so glad you're able to join. Let's see. Thought it was Pat McGrath at first. I can see that too. Pat McGrath. Yeah, I think this is really pretty. And even like the lip combinations or lip colors and the blushes, like the packaging I think is pretty. But even the lip combinations, I think there's a lot of interesting colors in there with like the really red and the hot pink. And like, I'm pretty sure that's a black. And I'm like, oh, he just clicked a toy. I feel like that's like unexpected and for me like almost unheard of when it comes to MAC. Celeste says I don't buy MAC, but that darker palette is gorgeous. The the grungy palette. Catch me up, please, when I get back. Okay, sure can. We're almost done talking about this and we'll move on. Oh my gosh. Oh dear. I'll be right back. My children are having a fight. Okay, is anybody still here? I'm back. Yeah. I'm reminded why I usually do this in the afternoon. I'm so sorry. I hope you guys aren't incredibly bored. But let's talk about this. Do you have enough Beauty Bay to do a palettes review? I now have one palette from them that I've tried, and then the Earthly palette. So not really. I guess I'm not someone who has a ton of their palettes. The Wilderness palette was the first palette I ever tried from them. And then I just got the Earthly palette, which took like a month and a half to ship to me. And it came right before I moved, so I haven't had a chance to try it. But I was tempted by this. But then I was like, Katie, you're gonna like buy another palette from Beauty Bay when you haven't even had a chance to try the other palette that you got from them. So I'm not planning to buy it. And I also put a poll on my Instagram that was like, do you guys want to see a review? And last time I looked, it was like 50-50 or a little like over saying like not interested, like don't do a review. So I'm like, okay, that's kind of, you guys aren't super interested and not super intrigued. And also, like I said, I have a ton of, I have the previous palettes. I have a bunch of palettes, but I already have one from Beauty Bay I can review. Kaylee, you didn't miss much except me leaving twice to go settle my kids again in their rooms because they got up and got out. So I don't think you missed much, just watching no one be here. So sorry about that. But yeah, I think this is a pretty collection. It's a very pretty like pastel looking type of color story, and I like the two shimmers, purple and green specifically, and the peach looks pretty. And I like that there's a darker-ish matte green with the lighter tones. I don't know, something about this collection. I was really tempted. And then it also has a liquid or a water activated liner. I was like, ooh, I think it's a water activated. Aqua Vader. Yeah, water activated. And then it had a brush piece set. I don't know. I was a little intrigued. What do you guys think? It looks a lot. Oh, wait. Anastasia says, it looks a lot like other palettes that are out now. Also true. Let me see. Where am I? Oh, there we are. That's what we're talking about next. Sorry, let me put this back on. No, I get it. I have 2-year-old niece and a 1-month-old nephew I live with. Okay. So yeah, bedtimes can be interesting and a lot longer than you anticipate. Okay, let's go on to the next one because it's already 9 o'clock. This is the Simply Posh Cosmetics. No idea who this brand is, at least and as far as I can remember and recollect. I'm not familiar with this brand, but Makeup Release Radar shared, and I was totally captivated. One, for I think the cover is very pretty, like Fairy Tale Fairies. That's a pretty cover. I think it is. And then look at the 4 shades that they've shown so far of what's inside. It's got like the mattes are pressed with a little fairy. And it's a dark matte green and then a really light mint green. And then the shimmers look awful pretty. Available in June. Like I said, I haven't tried this brand, and I don't think I've heard, like, Simply Posh maybe sounds vaguely familiar. I definitely haven't tried this brand. But, like, I'm kind of tempted. Of course, I'm going to wait to see what the rest of the palette is, but, like, that's so cute. And that shimmer looks, it looks pretty. The packaging looks pretty. Let me go back to the main page, and then I'll see what you guys are saying. What do you guys think? I think my internet's a little slow, so sometimes like a bunch of comments pop up all at once. Let me see. Just jump on YouTube to see if how behind I am, I suppose. How delayed I am, I should say. But I think it's really pretty. Like I said, I haven't heard of the brand, haven't tried them or anything like that, but it looks really nice. Okay, just a little bit behind. Not too terrible. Good to know. So I'm definitely intrigued. I want to see what else they do. It looks like a relatively big palette, but if the rest of the color story is something I like, this would be a palette one I would like to get because I'm so far enjoying the color story. And obviously, if I buy it, that means I like the color story as a whole. But two, it's a new brand to me. That's always exciting to try a new indie brand. As far as I know, it's an indie brand. And then three, I think the palette cover is very pretty. So pretty to display. Um, let's see. Anastasia said, it looks like a lot or other palettes out now. I think that might have been, I'm not sure if you're talking about the sneak peek or maybe you were talking about the Beauty Bay. No, I get it. Oh, wait. Oh my gosh. Yes, you were talking about Beauty Bay. Sorry. My chat jumped and then I thought that was a new comment. Unfortunately, greens don't look good on me. Oh, I'm sorry. I really like greens. You like it, Kaylee? Oh, on me. No, sorry. You're saying, unfortunately, greens don't look good on me, not MW. You never heard of the brand either? Yeah, brand new to me. Like I said, maybe a little familiar, but I mean, just looking at this palette, looking at the little impressions they have on it, looking at the swatch of it, it looks very promising. I'm definitely very tempted. Hey, Lindsay, thanks so much for jumping on. Let's go. Let's keep it moving. We'll go to the next one. Let me pull the next one up and see. At least we're making progress. I feel like I'm always so slow. I'm afraid that I'm not going to get to like any of the ones I'm talking about. Okay. Oops, let me do that again. Where are we? There we are. Let's pull this one up. Let's talk about this one. I think it's something interesting. Jeffree Star Cosmetics, I never see them shared on any of the like sites I followed. I know it's because the brand's kind of been canceled, but I saw someone on YouTube share this palette, like review it. I guess it's out now. And I was like, oh, like what palette is out? So I went on a hunt. I found it. So I was like, let's talk about it really quick because I feel like this is a very redundant palette. It's called the, oh, Kaylee said purples and reds looks best on you. Okay, so then that first palette we talked about from the Saints, Sinners, Angels, or Saints, Angels, Sinners brand, that had a lot of like purpley red tones like that in it, or mauve or like burgundy. But this is called the Banana Collection. Is it just me or is this like an incredibly repetitive, like if you just go around the outside of the palette, it's a very repetitive looking palette, kind of like what I was saying with P. Louise being so repetitive and like the colors all so close together, it didn't need to be that big. I feel like there's so many yellow, sure, but more like a yellow beige type of colors in here, or just like, you know, warm tone type of browns in here. It's a very neutral palette with a random red and blue in it. I do like the orangey mustard shade, but, or not red, sorry, hot pink and like baby blue. It's a weird palette to me. Like at least I remember what he came out with his green money collection. It was a green theme palette. That kind of made sense to me because I was like, okay, it's a it had like a nice array of different types of greens, a little repetitive but it was a larger palette, but it had, you know, grungy greens, it had more brighter greens. I think it even had like lime greens in it. This I feel like for a banana, okay, yellow theme palette. Number one, where is a blue and a hot pink on a banana? But that's beside the point. But like, where is the like yellow banana shade? And like, I don't know. I'm down for a yellow monochromatic palette, but this is just, I don't know, not me. I don't buy Jeffree Star Cosmetics, but I think it could have been a 9-pan. Yeah, and a 9-pan even, like with the shades he selected, like I was shocked because I feel like Jeffree Star is known for doing a good job with his color stories and being like a unique color story, which I suppose you could say that hot pink and blue is very unique for a yellow theme palette, but still, everything else beside that is just so, I mean, just very bland. I mean, maybe the colors are more intense and more yellowy in person, but blah with a pop of pink and blue. Yeah, exactly, Anastasia. Yeah, it does. Yes, and most of the colors won't work on deeper skin tones. Yeah, I feel like that would just like, especially those lighter tones at the top would either all look the same or just all look very like white and like chalky maybe. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. The color story, I was just very surprised for this palette to come from Jeffree Star Cosmetics because I feel like he tends to do relatively good on the color stories. I know for sure I couldn't wear half of the colors. Yeah. I don't know. Okay, so we're just going to talk about that for a brief moment, just because, like I said, I went down a rabbit hole because I haven't heard anyone talking about it, and then I saw a video and I was like, "What palette is that?" Like I haven't seen anything about it, and I went looking and saw the promo pictures, and I was like, "Okay, we'll just focus on the palette here." Anyway, let's move on. Okay, Clarity Cosmetics. This is the Evil Mermaid palette. I bought this. Not crazy about the name, Evil Mermaid. I don't know. It's just like, I think it's a beautiful color story. Why is it evil? But anyway, color story wise, I decided to buy it because I've been wanting to give Clarity Cosmetics another chance and just to try their formula, because the only palette I've tried from them is their pastel palette, and I did not like their mattes. And their shimmers were very pretty but very messy. However, I feel like everyone kind of agreed with that palette of just not being, it was definitely a dud, but everyone still will talk about like how nice her dark matte formula was, how saturated they are, how gorgeous. And I'm just like, okay, I need to try more from the brand before I totally write them off and just think that the formula is not for me. So when this came out, had so many dark tones, I was like, okay, this is the one. It's got light and dark. It's got a very fun color story in my eyes. Like, I think it's pretty. I like that there's more mattes than shimmers. The shimmers look really pretty. I bought it. So I ordered it, or I pre-ordered it. I have no idea when it's arriving, but I will be trying this palette and I will be giving Clarity Cosmetics a second shade. Yeah, you agree. Oh, wait, Sarah said, talking about the Jeffree Star Cosmetics, it looks like a Morphe palette. Exactly. Like such a bland, bland color story. Celeste also said his more recent palettes haven't been as inspiring based on what I've seen. His older palettes were more interesting. That is true. But like I said, I feel like that green one was a good array of colors for being monochromatic. But yeah. All right, back to this palette. Kaylee said, "Oh, I agree. Like, wow. When I first saw this palette, I saw the swatches and I was like, ooh, what palette is that? Weird name, very eye catching. Yeah, I agree. I'm not crazy about the name. Like I said, this is a beautiful color story. Why is it an evil mermaid? But maybe it's like, the mermaids past because no, her palette was so mermazing. I guess it was kind of mermaidish. So this is like the deeper, darker of the mermaids. Anyway, love the colors, Kaylee. Weird name, but a me palette. Okay, see, at least I'm not the only one who like saw it and was just like, why that name? But you do like the color story, and that was totally me. I liked her Cobra palette. Yeah, that Anastasia, that's how many people like. I think that palette came out not too long after the So Amazing, and I was just like, no, I don't like her formula. And then everyone loved that palette, so I'm like, okay, I need to try her again. And so I've been waiting. She's released a couple palettes since then, but none of them grabbed me fully or just like really convinced me, except for this palette. I feel like it's also another reason I was really intrigued, is because I feel like it's very unique to what's in my collection with the purple, the green and blue, like those tones. I don't feel like I have it. So especially the shimmery purple. Yeah, that shimmery purple. I'm really captivated by the shimmery green at the very top. Obviously, I'm sure you guys are shocked. But I think it's pretty. So I will be reviewing this at some point. No idea when the pre-orders are going to ship, but whenever it gets here, I will be reviewing it. Okay, let me find out where I am right now, because we have about 15 more minutes, I think, and we can call it a night. Oh yeah, this one. I always forget. Okay, let's talk about this. This is from Cosmic Brushes. Now, I've seen a couple sneak peeks. They would show a couple of the shades in there, but this is the first time we've seen like a decent amount. I think the last time they did like 3 random shadows, but this is showing a little bit more. So still a sneak peek, not much that I can decide yes or no to this palette right now, but there's definitely some purples. There's those greens, there's a blue, there's a bronzy tone up at the top there. Really like lilac-y purple down there. The cover is very pretty. Cosmic Brush is another brand new brand to me. I have no idea if it's a indie or not. I'm assuming indie, but that's just an assumption. I have like nothing to base that on. But this is their Serenity palette, and I am so intrigued. I will be curious how many mattes and shimmers there are and what kind of the overall color story. Like just looking at the cover, it looks like it's going to be very heavy on the purple to green and with some blue in there. But it also looks like there's some gold up there. I don't know. I am going to wait and see what the full palette looks like before I decide. But at this point, I'm definitely tempted. I'm definitely intrigued. I saw this and I was just like, oh, that's really pretty. So going back and forth right now. Can't really decide anything, but it's definitely a beautiful palette, beautiful little sneak peek. I love the packaging, so I wanted to share it real quick. And this is definitely a new sneak peek, I guess you could say, that caught my eye, made me do a double take really, really hard, because I was just like, that looks really nice. Taylor said, oh my OMG, I want to try this palette. Isn't it pretty? I love the watercolor. I'm really big at, like, I don't know, watercolor. I feel like it's just like something about it being like so colorful, but like not really structured. I don't know. There's something about watercolor I always love. Never heard of them, Julie. Yeah, me either. I just noticed it because I'm pretty sure Makeup Release Radar shared the previous sneak peek of them that I had seen. I was like, oh, that looks kind of pretty. So I'm sure she'll share. Makeup Release Radar will share whenever the full palette is shown, and then I can decide if I'm gonna get it or not. But definitely intrigued. Let me know what you guys think while I pull up the next one. Let me see how many more we got. Okay, too many. Too many to get done tonight, but we'll do a few more before we call it a night. We'll give it 10 more minutes. Let's see. Let's talk about this one. This is City Color Cosmetics. Let me see if I can get a closer up look. But they came out with a 90s collection with our Whatever Forever palette and our 90s roller ball gloss. No interest in the roller ball gloss, but look at this color story. This is a really bright color story. It's got majority of mattes, looks like, with some shimmers in there. I do think it's interesting that it looks like 2 of the shimmers are yellow. Oh, maybe one is supposed to be this green. That is very different from this, like the picture here from the swatch here. I'm confused. Maybe it's supposed to be like a really lime green and just in photographs looks more yellow. Whatever the case is, it's kind of got a little bit of everything in here. Yeah, I think this is a cool palette. City Color Cosmetics, I feel like it's super affordable too. I haven't tried much, if anything, from the brand. So maybe I'm mistaken. Oh yeah, grab the whole collection for just $15. Okay, this is that brand I was thinking of. That's like super affordable. That's like at, pretty sure I see this brand at Dollar Tree or Dollar General. Maybe, I forget, like local to my area. But at a lot of those type of the stores. Wonder how small the palette is. I suppose you can see the palette next to someone's arm. It's not super big. You can get the palette by itself for $14, or you can grab the whole collection for $1 more. Okay. Save a couple bucks. I don't know. I don't like roller balls. So yeah, not a huge palette, but yeah, a lot of colors. I have never tried this brand, so I don't know if like how good quality wise, like if you would have issues with such bright pigments sticking to your eyes. I know that can be an issue with more, less like not as nice quality, can be very dusty when it comes to the super intense colors. Rainbow, I know. I saw the rainbow. I was like, oh, ooh, this is pretty. Sarah, one of the kittens is watching you also. Oh, well, hello, kitty. Thanks for watching. Kittens are so fun. Let's see. I think that was all that I to show you here. Yeah, I went to the end. So I don't know. I don't go into Dollar General or Dollar Tree often, so I don't think I'll pick it up. And it's, like I said, I have a lot to try, but I'm kind of tempted. And I was just talking about doing a rainbow like collection, ranking my rainbow palettes. So I was like, oh, I could try this like for a more affordable rainbow palette and then rank it in there. But I don't know. This one, I like the color story. I like that it's a rainbow, but I'm not super sold on getting it. I don't know why even. Like, as I'm telling you guys, I really don't know why. Nice rainbow. I have too many rainbow palettes already. I probably do too. If we're being honest here, I probably do too. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's do, oh yeah, Samantha. Samantha. Ravendoll. That's her last name. Or yeah, it's right there. Oh my gosh, I can't read. Sigma and Samantha Ravendoll collaborated on a brush set. These are custom makeup brushes handpicked by Samantha. So we have a detailer shader, a detail pencil, a shader crease, a wing liner, detail blending, concealer blending kabuki, taper contour, and a fan brush. Price $121. I mean, you're getting a lot of face brushes in there along with eyeshadow brushes. I wish it was just a eyeshadow collection or like an eyeshadow set, because with the exception of the liner brush, that one looks kind of like the EO6 that I use or that I own from Sigma and enjoy. I just don't use them often. But those other four eyeliner brushes that she put in there look like those type of like detailed type of little tiny blending brushes that I love, and I would love to get it. And those handles are so pretty. Definitely tempted. But the fan brush, like the three face brushes, I'm just like, don't really need. And then the angled liner brush, like I said, I don't really need. So it's half of the collection that I'm like, don't really need, not really going to use. And it's $121. So I'm like, trying to talk myself out of it. But like I said, I really like those small brushes she has for eyeshadow. Do I need tiny small brushes? No. Do I always want them though? Apparently, I feel like I'm always tempted by any type of tiny detail blending brushes. Do you prefer full glam or summery neutral? Full glam. Yeah, I'm not super like when it's talking about my eyeshadows, I always like the more glam, noticeable, kind of like, today it was just kind of like a everyday type of day for me. I was just running a couple errands with the kids, but I still did like this fun, bright look. So if I'm gonna like take the effort to put makeup on, I like to do something fun with my eyes, something, colorful, or just trying something new, a color combination, that type of thing. But especially in the summer, I am more of that like super summer neutral when it comes to my face. Like I'll do tinted moisturizer, a little bit of bronzer, a little bit concealer, and that's it. Like I don't go super heavy glam on my face. I just don't like the heavy cakey feeling for every day. And I just prefer the more lighter coverage. I prefer BK Beauty and Sonia G. Sonia G brushes are nice. There's some nice brushes. And also, not to say BK Beauty isn't, but yeah, they're also very nice. But Sonia G, I have a couple. They're so expensive, but they're very nice. Those are two great brands that I enjoy. I enjoy a lot of Sigma brushes, though, as well. I feel like Sigma, there's fewer brushes that I like, the tiny detail brushes that I really enjoy. They got a lot of flat brushes that I like, too. But I feel like a lot of the brushes I have from Sigma or the bigger, fluffier type of brushes I don't use as often anymore. But quality-wise, they're very nice. I like this white to black fade. That's super pretty. Okay, next up. Really briefly, not going to spend too long on this because this isn't anything new, as in like the color's new. But Gimme Glow put a collection together to go with the Dragon's Blood shimmer, which is right here, the shimmer in the palette or in the collection. So she put a bundle of 4 that you can get on their website for $35. It comes with Limeade, Sunny, and Starboy. I know I have Sunny, Limeade, and Dragon's Blood. I don't think I have Starboy, but I do have one of her deep blues. Oh, my palette's on the floor. I have a dark blue from her. Can't remember if it's Starboy though, so I don't need to get this collection. However, if you're curious at all, this is a beautiful collection. I'm going to have a video out, I think sometime next week. It's going to be like a just get ready with me, catch up, kind of share with you guys about the move. And I used that Dragon's Blood all over my lid so you can see it in action. And I'm pretty sure I didn't use that, like I said, that blue. I used more of like a purpley blue, but it's still, the whole look had that green blue look to it. So I thought that was cool because after I did that video, she came out with this collection. I was like, oh, that's almost exactly what I did to my eyes in that video. So I'll be using it soon on the channel. Definitely a pretty shadow, but if you're curious in the meantime, you can get it as a bundle all together for $35. Pop over, make sure I'm not running behind on any comments. I feel like it would be fun getting my makeup done by a professional. I don't think I've ever had it done by like a professional. So, yeah, no, not like a MUA, like an actual, like a professional working MUA. I've never had that done. That'd be an interesting experience. I bought some of the Makeup Geek brushes at their closing down sale. I don't really need all those Sigma brushes, and it's expensive for me. The Makeup Geek brushes are soft. Okay, I don't think I tried. I think I might have had 1 or 2 Makeup Geeks. I don't really remember trying much from them, so I don't know the quality, but good to know they were nice and soft. It's such a bummer. Still hard to believe that Makeup Geek is shut down. Sarah said, I do full glam every day. I look dead without it. I like makeup to kind of make me more alive. And often another reason I like to put on my makeup is sometimes when I don't have makeup on and like we're doing live or whatever, and I go by the mirror, I just like see my like very young teenage self, and I'm like, I look like a kid. Like I'm a mother of 3. Like I don't know, something about putting on some makeup also just helps me feel like, okay, I'm in mom mode now, and not like I don't know. I just see my younger self, and for whatever reason, I just feel very. I mean, I'm sure I'll appreciate it one day, but I feel like very kiddish when I don't have makeup on, like I'm not an adult. But anyway, yeah, I like doing my makeup. It just helps me feel put together and like ready for the day too. And whenever I don't do makeup, I just feel a lot more like not as motivated to accomplish things. I don't know. It's kind of weird that it would have that effect. But also, like when I do my makeup as well, I also, like to get dressed. I make my bed. I feel like I just have a better start to my day when I start the day putting on my makeup than when I don't. It tends to be because I slept in. Maybe I'm not feeling as well. And then like the whole day's a little sluggish. I stay in my PJs all day type of thing. So it's a part of getting ready that helps me feel put together. Singles aren't practical in a bigger collection anymore. Yeah, I have a single eyeshadow collection that I only use if I ever do my creating a fake palette series, which I really want to get back to. I like that. Julie R said, who is that from? This is Give Me Glow Cosmetics, which is a brand that, just to throw it out there, I really do. If you're, don't know who the brand is, I like their matte and shimmer formula. It's a solid brand that makes a really solid product. All right, let's do one more, and then I'm going to have to call it a night. Let me see if this is the one I want to do. Since we only have time for one more. Oh, I kind of want to do that too. And that too. Oh my goodness. I'm not going to have time. Okay, we'll just wrap it up with here. This is the new Revolution Hot Shot Shadow Palette. We'll talk about this briefly. Maybe we'll fit in one more. I like the green and pink up there. This one. Kombucha Kiss. I was like, that's cute. Oh, no, this is Kombucha Kiss. Never mind. This one, I don't know what it's called. I can't read it. Watermelon Breeze, $10. It's watermelon scented? Oh, I just read that. Interesting. Wait, kombucha scented? It's kombucha. My mom drinks that. It doesn't smell good, I didn't think. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking the wrong thing. Kombucha scented and passion fruit scented. Now, passion fruit and watermelon sound nice, but I thought kombucha smells like vinegary. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, sorry, got sidetracked with the scent, but I think that color story up there with the watermelon breeze is super cute, especially for spring. As we're getting into spring, summer, the watermelon-y tones in that palette is super cute. I'm not gonna pick it up just because, again, I have a lot of palettes I'm trying to say no to, but there's also not that depth that I like to see when we're getting from like spring into summer. I like a lot of more depth in my look. This is more like a springtime palette. And I just feel like, I don't know, I'm kind of fizzling out of wanting to try spring palettes. I'm kind of gearing more toward the intense color and depth for summer. So I'm not going to pick it up, but it was definitely a palette that I was like, that's a pretty color story. And if the formula is good, then that would be a lot of fun. But I am going to pass, but I do think it's pretty. I'm only collecting the Disney Princess palettes from Revolution. Their formula is just okay. Yeah, from what I've seen, like I think the only formula that actually like impressed me and I was like, wow, this is actually really nice is the I Heart Revolution Tasty Avocado. And even that palette, I felt like there were a lot of shades that were like too close together. It didn't need to be that big, or they could have just put other shades in there. But quality-wise, I remember really liking the mattes, and the shimmers were pretty nice too. But as like a whole, when we're talking about Revolution, Makeup Revolution, Revolution Pro, I Heart Revolution, yeah, they're just okay. I do agree with that. Okay, let's sneak in one more, and then we'll close it out. It's only been 53 minutes. Touch on this super briefly, but Lady Gaga is coming back, and she's no longer going to be on Amazon. She's going to be through Sephora. I am curious because her makeup, I like the liner work and the green, the chartreuse. That looks pretty. And she also had another promo picture that was like chartreuse green. I think that's the right right word for that color. And blue. They look super pretty. So I am having my fingers crossed that when she comes back, Haus Labs comes back, that they're going to have a lot of intense color. Because that was always the complaint with Haus Labs and all their previous launches on Amazon, is that they were just so not what I would think for Lady Gaga, but also just not colorful and fun. So I'm super curious and excited to see what she comes out with. June 9th, we shall find out. Okay, I think this is the last one we're going to talk about. Yeah, this is the one. This is Mika Beauty Shop. Don't know the brand, says it's in France. Meet our new palette, Peacock Feathers. She's beautiful, colorful, pigmented, and all green lovers will adore this palette. they are not wrong because this palette most definitely caught my eye. Launching May 15th. 6 matte 6 shimmers, price 38 pounds, I think. Don't know what that converts to. Save the date because our stock will be limited. This is a really pretty color story. I don't feel like it's incredibly unique for whatever reason when I look at it, because it's got a lot of those blues and greens and then more just the 3 neutral pops of like mustard brown and bronzy shimmer there. But it is a pretty color story. I will give them that. It definitely made me do a double take when I first saw it. I was like, oh, what's that? I like the little pop of purity right there, that shade. I think that's really pretty. The shimmers look like they'll be super, they give me the impression that they'll be metallic. I don't know if they will, but it looks nice. What do you guys think? Their new palettes are pretty good, better than they used to be. Okay, I'm assuming you're talking about Makeup Revolution. So I haven't tried Makeup Revolution. Recent palettes? I don't think I've tried them in a long time. But besides the Tasty Avocado, I think that was the last one. But they definitely have their hits and misses. But yeah, this palette, I think it's pretty. I definitely could get some. Oh wait, this one down here, the one I thought was a dark matte purple, but it's a shimmer, and it looks like it's already starting to bleed with the moisture from the shimmer there, which I feel like a lot of the more recent type of shimmers have been doing that for whatever reason, the way they're formulating them to be like, maybe it's super sparkly or super smooth when you pick it up, so it's not as crumbly and as like thick and flaky. Whatever it is, I feel like DD Signatures, Glam Light, who else did that? I'm blanking, but those are the 2 that popped to the top of my head. I remember that type of formula tends to bleed out. I know there's another one, but I can't remember. Anyway, I think it's a pretty color story. Kind of sort of intrigued, kind of tempted. Never heard of the brand though. So it's new to me. And I feel like between the new brands that I've been talking about, there's other color stories that grab my attention a little bit more. So it's kind of easy for me to say no. But I do think it's pretty. I do think it's pretty. What's the next one? Can we sneak in one more? Oh, this one. We'll talk about it just briefly because I'm not planning to pick it up. But when this Makeup Release Radar shared this Creature Cosmetics Labs, I was like, this is kind of like a fun red and blue type of palette with like, I don't think it's a white, but some type of shimmer there. Let me go to the swatches. Just, yeah, no, that's not the swatches, Katie. Hello. There's the swatches. Yeah, it's a fun blue and red color story. I'd be intrigued at the type of looks I could get. It's just I don't know, something like everything's so bold and bright. Is that red a pressed glitter? I don't. Oh wait, shoot, no, that was the wrong button. I'm sorry. Go back. Is that red a pressed glitter? It almost looks like it is because it kind of catches over here, but that also catches a little bit too. Maybe it's just their type of shimmers. 9 shades, limited edition, no restocks. Yeah, I'm not going to get it. I'm brand new to the brand. Like I don't know much about the brand. It's a limited, no restocks type of thing. I wouldn't, my review of it wouldn't be helpful because they're not going to be restocking it. But I just thought that was a fun color story. Someone did message me and say like the names were a little, oh, I can't read them on here. Names were a little like, wasn't crazy about them. I obviously didn't read the names. I can't read them now, but that was the only kind of critique. But I thought for color story, like red and blue, I think that's a fun color story. 38 pounds is expensive. No, I honestly don't know. It sounds a little, but I can't tell you. Too bold to wear out. The red and blue is definitely intense. Like it's intense in your face, but I thought the packaging was also just kind of not like pretty display, but it's kind of like it made me chuckle. The packaging of it shaped like a shark like that made me think of like Jaws or whatever. But that's going to do it, y'all. These were all the other things I was going to talk about that I didn't get to. Not too many more. At least I got to them. Real quick, I'm going to shout out Blend Bunny Cosmetics. She launched lashes. I kind of like how she did this collection. She has vices and virtues. So the virtues are more the dainty ones, I guess you could say, with Saint, Pure, Darling, and Wing. And then the vices are the sinner, are the ones on the other side that are more like bold and intense with Sinner, Risque, Wicked, and Vixen. I thought that was a cute little collection. I'm not going to pick any up because I'm not that big into lashes. I have a ton of lashes to last me a lifetime with the frequency that I wear lashes. So I don't need to do that. But also it looked like the bands are a little bit thicker than I prefer. I need to see them on people, like people actually applying them to see, because it's hard to, hard to tell when you're just zoomed up on the actual lash. But if I was to pick one, I think wings is definitely my speed. Yeah, and maybe Saint. I tend to like the flare, like to go from less here and then more, because I can't have things too close to my inner corner. So for something that is kind of like evenly spread, I have to place it so far away from my inner corner it's very noticeable. So I like that kind of like very little on the inner corner, working your way outward so that I can trim it and it doesn't look weird. That's the main reason why I don't really care for this style, where it's all kind of more even, or it's a little less on either side and it gets more intense in the middle. I just feel like it doesn't look as flattering. I guess Saint does get a little bit less up here and then kind of amps up towards the outer corner. I don't know. Wings just stood out to me. I thought that was very pretty. And then, let's see. Any others? We'll just wrap it up there. This one, shout out. This is another Be Perfect. This is Be Perfect in Makeup by Alina. They came out with the Rain palette, 30 extravagant and luxurious shades. Opens up like this. I did not pick this up. I'm not planning to pick it up. I don't like palettes that open like that. I feel like that's very clumsy to have and to have to work with and deal with. I just rather it open up like this. But anyway, that aside, I just decided not to get it. It came out right around when I was moving. I have a lot of palettes, and it's a larger palette. I don't know. I was just able to talk myself out of it. I think it's pretty, but after a double take of like, oh, do I want that? I was just like, no, you don't need it. And I kept on moving. I definitely think it's pretty. And the more I look at it, I could definitely talk myself into it, but I don't need to. Oh, good night. Sleep Tight Fun Makeup Previews. Oh, thank you so much for joining, and I hope you sleep well. 30 pounds is $30. Oh, okay. I didn't know pounds, dollars equal. I have not been keeping up with that, obviously. But thank you. Have a good night. Fun preview. Thank you, Kaylee. I can't figure out lashes to save my life. It is so hard, but let me show you. Maybe. Oh, okay. I was the same way, but I got this GoodJanes Kiss My Lash Mirror, and it's definitely like been a game changer. The reason is because for me, I would struggle so much not only knowing when to put the lashes on. So I honestly, another recommendation would be to get this. Ugh! No, I was gonna do that. Spill my drawer, but anyway, put that down. This Velour, I hit myself in the eye. Velour Lash Glue, you can put it on and then you apply, like put it on straight to your lash line. And I like it because I always have a winged out liner, and this is black, so it's just very easy to put on, and then you stick your lash on when it's still tacky. For whatever reason, this is easier for me to do than lash glue. Lash glue, I feel like I would do, it would gloop up, and then I would never know the right time to put it on. And my eyes are sensitive, so they tended to get very annoyed with lash glue. But anyway, this mirror, as you can see, is 3 mirrors here. And the reason I love this so much is because I could not look in a mirror and then try to place it, because I would always fail to get it right against my lashes, and then you'd see the line. Or I'd try to be like looking around my own eyelashes and sticking it down, and I would stick it in the wrong spot and make a mess. But because of this, having 3 mirrors, you can look straight ahead to kind of where to place it, but I always look down, and then it reflects off the mirror here. So I'm able to see like literally but I'm able to see like my lashes from up top, and that just makes it so much easier for me to place them. I don't know if it's just like something with me and trying to do it straight on. I just feel like I get all kind of backwards and forwards. I'm just like, I don't know which way to go. I don't know how to place this. But being able to look down on my lashes, it's like seriously 1, 2, 3. I can put them on, boom, done. With this lash glue, it grabs a hold of them, and then as it dries, it really sticks and adheres. So much easier than like the typical lash glue. So these 2 combinations are the only reason I ever attempt to put lashes on and actually succeed. And I'll wear them for a video every now and then. But that is my recommendation. That is what I use. Have a good night. Thank you, Anastasia. Yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here. Have a good night, Katie. Glad I watch you live. Usually I'm at work in the afternoon. Yeah, that was another reason I wanted to try at night, because I know a lot of people who are frequent viewers of mine always say that they miss my lives. And I know it's because it's in the middle of the day. Not the most convenient time, but yeah, that's why I want to try it at night to see how it worked. Just try something different. I bought that lash mirror. Oh, Leah, I'm so glad. It's great. It works for you. Yeah, I've never seen or heard of anything like this before. I think it was like, why did I even get it? I think I was sent to test it like through some type of program. And I was like, this is amazing. And I even gave it to a friend, and I rebought one because I didn't want to not have it in my collection. Where do you buy the mirror and liner from? Amazon. You can get it on Amazon. If I can remember after this video loads, I'll stick it down in the description. So if you're watching this much later, it'll be down there if you want to shop through my links. But yeah, you can get it off of Amazon. I want to say this also you can get this by itself for like 20 or 20, maybe it's 25, 20 or $25. And you can also get a stand with it if you don't want to be like holding it. You can just have it stand at your table so you have both hands free for 30 or 35, somewhere around there. I sometimes use a stand, but honestly, I just hold this in one hand. I really only need one hand to put on lashes. So I don't find the stand as like necessary for me personally, but that's definitely, up to each individual if you would want to have both hands free. Vegan Brie. Oh, hey, just got here. What's the lash glue called, please? This is the Velour Lash Go. It's eyeliner and lash adhesive hybrid. So I like it because, I almost always do a winged out liner. And so I can do my winged out liner, and anytime I want to put it on lashes, I'll just, shake this up, and then I just kind of stamp this along my line. And because it's black, it blends right in. And then I wait like maybe 5 seconds. I don't wait too long because you don't want it to dry. You pop your lashes on and just kind of push it down a couple times till it sticks. And then it sticks and it stays pretty much all day. I don't really wear lashes all day, but I remember when I first got this, I was testing it a lot. So I was wearing lashes all day. And I think that this was definitely the best one. And I'm pretty sure it lasted all day. It lasted the longest of any lash glue for me personally, because I have very sensitive eyes that tend to water. So it's a good one. I can link that one down below. I got it at Ulta. You're welcome, Julie. But yeah, that is going to do it for this video. We got off on a little rabbit trail there, but like I said, I always like to shout out the GoodJanes. The brand is called GoodJanes, and it's called #KissMyLash. But I always like to shout this out whenever I can because I never hear like anyone talking about those type of mirrors. But for me, maybe it's a me thing. I feel like everyone talks about how easy lashes are to put on, but I never find lashes easy. And when I packed up and moved, I didn't have this, and I tried to use my mirror. It didn't go well. So it's definitely something that I find personally for me pretty necessary. But yeah, that is going to do it for tonight. I've been on an hour. It is now 9:44. I need to get to bed. I still got to wash my face. I need to get to bed. Yeah, I need to get sleep. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. So sorry I had to hop off there a couple times, but I hope you guys enjoyed getting to do a Will I Buy It at night. Let me know your feedback down below. As always, I love to know what you guys think of the time or what have you. I know the quality isn't the best. I'll look into it. I don't know why it's not good because the only thing I can think of is maybe I use the other lens. So maybe the other lens is just nicer, clearer. But yeah, leave me any feedback down below, and I will talk to you guys soon in my next video, which should be on Monday. And maybe we can do another live stream sometime next week. But thank you guys so much for coming by. It's always so great to talk to you guys. And I'll see you guys in another video. Bye. I hope you guys all have a wonderful night or morning or day wherever you are. Bye-bye.